Welcome, welcome, my friends. Back again. Jay-Z with you with another edition of Flashpoint Radio, coming to you taped live here on Friday, February 10th from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm going to get right into it, but before I start, I'd like to remind everybody Flashpoint Radio on Facebook, Flashpoint Radio, or facebook.com/Flashpoint Radio, and on Twitter at Flashpoint Radio. I ask that if you are watching this and you like this and you think the information's good or it could help someone else open their mind up or prepare themselves better for what's coming in the future, I ask that you reshare this, like this, do what you do when it comes to social media. Get this information out or get it out from some other source. If I'm not the source that you trust or feel that is going to do the best at bringing this information, then find another alternative news source to share with your friends and your family and your loved ones. Because if you're not giving this information to your loved ones, then are you really looking out for them? So we're going to get right into it today. Our topic today is the man of the week, Mr. Rick Santorum. He swept the three primaries on Tuesday: Colorado, Minnesota, and what they're calling beauty contest primary in Missouri. Your wonderful mainstream media, or as I like to call them, trickle-down media, decided that they weren't going to do any research and reported that Rick Santorum received actual delegates from Missouri on Tuesday. Only the most untrained and unprofessional journalists would print that. It was a primary. Our primary changed. We have a caucus state. There were no delegates given out on Tuesday. He won nothing. It was a beauty pageant, a beauty contest at best. But we're going to look at them. So this is going directly to all of you Christian conservatives, Catholics, Baptists, anybody who believes that a man, when he gets behind a mic, who espouses Jesus Christ and espouses the words in the Bible that you hear on Sunday, that he's the one you're going to go for. If you know me, I'm a God-fearing Christian. I'm a Lutheran. I go to church regularly. I don't preach unless it's the time and place. You don't wear your religion on your sleeve, and you definitely don't put it out there to get attention and to get support as a politician. So we're going to look at some headlines. We've got this from Yahoo. Rick Santorum CPAC speech. It's not about contraception. It's about government control of your lives. Dealing with Obama's decision to force the Catholic Church and Catholic charities, Catholic hospitals to give contraception. I think that's wrong, but it's not something that conservatives and presidential candidates should take and use as a reason to gain votes and support from. Let's see. Says that he's down in Texas right now looking for money because he won those three states, but he still has not raised anywhere near as much money as Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney in 2011 raised $56.8 million. Santorum raised $2.2 million. I believe Ron Paul's total was over $20 million, so he was the closest to Mitt Romney as far as fundraising. Let's go on. CBS News had the headline, Santorum Stunner Sweeps 3 GOP Contests. And, you know, the mainstream media, they do such a good job and they care about you so much that they would look into Rick Santorum and they would vet him the same as they vetted Barack Obama or Mitt Romney or Newt Gingrich or Rick Perry or any of the other candidates that come and are chosen to be put in front of your face on the TV. Right? They would do that, correct? No, they spend time talking about Ron Paul's racist newsletters, which some of them, yes, may be in poor taste and a bit racist, but he didn't write most of them. Most of them can be explained in an honest and intelligent debate. But people don't want to listen, and people don't want to have an intelligent debate in this country. They want to listen to what some jackhole tells them on the TV and say, that's what I heard, and that's the truth. If it's on Fox News, if they spend all that money to put it on TV, then it must be true. Well, let's figure out what they're not telling you about Mr. Catholic Rick Santorum. This comes to us directly from the UK Telegraph. Links in the description below. Please look at the links. Look at these things. Don't take my word for it. Headline, US election 2012. Rick Santorum's relatives were communists. Now, I feel that you shouldn't necessarily be judged for the sins of your fathers, but when Rick Santorum gets on stump speeches and talks how his father or his grandfather fled Italy to America, the one thing that he fails to tell you is that he fled the fascist nation of Italy because he was a communist, a high-ranking member of the Communist Party. The Santorums of Italy were, quote, dyed-in-the-wool Reds. Quote, there are Santorums who would be turning in their graves, one cousin told the reporter here for the UK Telegraph. I mean, give me a break. This isn't reported? This isn't news? I mean, I'm not going to dismiss Rick Santorum, and I'm not going to say he's a communist, but don't you think that this should be somewhere in the mainstream trickle-down media's radar screens, maybe at least given to you to think about before you go and vote in a primary? No, I don't think so. So we're going to move on to another issue. How about abortion? Rick Santorum is a staunch anti-abortion proponent. He is someone who stands up for the right of the church and for freedom from government intrusion into your lives, correct? Well, this comes to us from NewJersey.com. They pointed us to the direction of a 1990 Pittsburgh Press article when Rick Santorum was a challenger in the 18th District in Pittsburgh, or in Pennsylvania, for Congress. And Santorum himself describes himself as a, quote, progressive conservatism who did not have a firm position on abortion. A Flashpoint issue with the religious right. Flashpoint until after he began his campaign. Santorum said he had always opposed government funding of abortions, but beyond that, as much as I could dance around the issue, I really not like to take a position on it. And then it goes on to say, but in fact, Santorum had taken enough of a position that he drew up around December, a position paper that later had to be quietly withdrawn. In that paper, Santorum said that he had limited his opposition to abortion to cover only the time in which a fetus is considered viable, usually taken to mean the final 3 months of pregnancy, and to public funding of abortions. Quote, in the news, this was printed on paper. Get the microfilm. Look at it. This is before the internet. This stuff ain't scammed. This is real news, people. This is what they're trying to sell you. Are you serious? Do you believe anything anymore? Please spread this around. Ron Paul is an OBGYN who has delivered over 4,000 babies. He knows the sanctity of life, and he knows that life begins at conception. And if life begins at conception, well then damn it, an abortion done in the first month after conception is still killing someone. So if you believe you're a conservative, if you believe in abortion rights, then take a second look at this man. Seriously, please, take a second look at this man, if you want to call him that. And we're going to end our show today, since we're getting long-winded and people don't usually like to watch me talk for more than 10 minutes, on my favorite story that the mainstream media seems to have skimmed over regarding Mr. Rick Santorum, the church-going, most religious conservative in the field in 2012. This comes to us from Infowars.com. Check it out. There's other outlets that said it, but I didn't find one article anywhere from a national news outlet. I found a few articles from local online news publications, but other than that, nothing. Headline, media ignores Santorum's support for accused child molester Sandusky. Yes, I said that. I'm not joking. This is not a prank show. This is real. It says, in 2002, Rick Santorum nominated Jerry Sandusky for a, quote, Congressional Angels in Adoption Awards. He said, quote, this is Rick Santorum speaking, its philosophy is simple. quote, "It's easier to develop a child than to rehabilitate an adult." Seriously, people, this came out he did this in 2002, which was after Jerry Sandusky had already been accused 5 times of child molestation. Rick Santorum entered college at Penn State the same year Jerry Sandusky became a member of the Penn State football coaching team. I'm not saying that Rick Santorum's a child molester by any means. Don't mince my words and don't put words in my mouth. But do you not think that the media wouldn't like to get some ratings by saying that Rick Santorum nominated Jerry Sandusky, a man accused of molesting upwards of 20 people, who ran his own adoption and troubled child network or foundation? Do you not think they'd want to report on that? Do you not think that they would get ratings? That they would get viewers? Give me a break, people. When are you going to wake up? This is real. This is happening. This is in your life. This is in your country. They are lying to you time and time again. Not because they're stupid, not because they just don't know what they're doing. It's because they hate you. They feel you're criminals, extremists, and you're in the way. You are what is standing in their way of perfection. It's called eugenics, people, and the name has been changed, and the new name is bioethics. Start page that for yourself. Bioethics. It is the eugenics of the 21st century. All environmentalism is eugenics. So that's our episode of Flashpoint Radio regarding Rick the Italian stallion Santorum. Seriously, people, if this man doesn't get questioned about these issues, then we really have problems with our entire system, which I already know we have big problems. I'm just hoping you're getting it through your naive skull that we have serious, serious issues in this country, and we are not above the things that other countries do. So please, pass this around. Give this to your friends. Give this to all your people on your email list. Reshare this on Facebook. Get this out there, people. This is stuff that people deserve to know. They have a right to know this. This is what the internet was created for, was to spread real information. Thank you for watching. Sorry I got a little long-winded. We'll see you next time on Flashpoint Radio. Jay-Z signing out. God bless. Keep your eyes to the sky.